Hello, welcome back to Leeds Lately for, of course, the live watch along of Leeds United versus Millwall FC. Leeds hoping to go on a bit of a run now as we come into this kind of pre-Christmas period. It'd be nice to be top at the end of that, but at the moment, as it stands, the Championship table is as follows. Sunderland in first place on 29 points. Sheffield United in second place on 28 points. Leeds United in third place on 26 points. Burnley in fourth place on 23 points. But Sheffield United have played 14 games, while Sunderland, Leeds, Burnley have all played one less than that and played 13 games. So if Leeds win tonight, they go level on games with Sheffield United, but will go ahead of them on points, 1 point ahead of them. So hopefully we can win this game tonight. Millwall sit in 8th place at the moment, 13 games played, 19 points. A decent start for them, to be honest, a decent start for them, but you'd again like to think that Leeds may be able to get the job done. Welcome, of course, to all of our Leeds Lately members, being Karen Curtin, Chewy Backer, Crossman52, Ben Rad Music, IPW, John Garside. Welcome everybody who is joining us. Also, welcome to those of you who are non-members as well, those of you who come and support the stream every single week. If you are new here, make sure you go ahead and hit that big red button down below because it doesn't cost anything and it massively helps me out. And we're all Leeds, aren't we? But we're going into this game off the back of another victory and hoping to go ahead and extend this unbeaten run, which at the moment, let's have a little look at our previous matches. Can't remember exactly how many games it's been, but if we have a look here, we beat Plymouth 3-0, Bristol City 0-0, we beat Watford 2-1, we beat Sheffield United 2-0, we were unbeaten since the Burnley game on the 14th of September. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games unbeaten. So all signs point towards a good game for Leeds tonight. The coverage has just started on Sky Sports Plus. It does say give it a moment, something went wrong, but maybe because the programme's only just started. Getting a bit of an error here on Now TV, telling me that I can't watch it, which isn't very good for a live watch along. Tell you that for nothing. Welcome everybody who's joining in the chat now. Please get in your score predictions if you would like to. The lineup, I mean, sometimes laziness pays off, because I haven't done a lineup for 2 games now, but because I haven't, we've actually gone back to the lineup of 2 games ago. So sometimes laziness plays off. That's the lineup at the moment. Melier, Bogle, Rodon, Strauch, Byram. No, never mind. Laziness doesn't pay off because Firpo's in there tonight. Tanaka, Rothwell, James, Aronson, Nonto, and Joel Peru, I'm pretty sure is how we line up. At the moment, we're struggling to get the game, but it looks like it may be coming in now. No, something went wrong again. We'll bear with it, and then I may have to try a different option, potentially the visual radio, because at the moment looks like Sky Sports Plus is being a little bit odd. Gilavogi on the bench. Michael is asking. I shall tell you who the bench is now, because Gilavogi was quite impressive when he came on. For me, I thought he was very, very good. So the bench is Darlow, Byram, Schmidt, Verba, Crew, Gilavogi, Solomon, Joseph, and Bamford. So that is the bench for this evening's game. I am just going to have to keep trying to get the game here. Obviously, we do kick off in about 8 minutes, so it would be handy if Now TV would work at any point during the next few minutes. Just out of just out of interest now, TV, are you going to work at any point soon? Because, oh, it's working. Thank God for that. I'm seeing images of the Leeds players arriving, which I imagine was probably from a few hours ago, because they're about to kick off in 7 minutes. So I would imagine that they're just arriving at the new den at the moment. But this is pictures from earlier where they are all arriving. The first time I've seen Max Verber in a while. Obviously, he was on the bench for the last game, but I didn't actually show him on the TV, I don't think, at any point. Yeah, IPW saying, I'm hoping for a win, but mainly that Millwall don't maim our players. If there are any of you who, I don't know there will be, if there are any of you who are watching the game as well, I think I saw a Millwall fan put a tweet out late last week saying that his club, Millwall, were going to start doing light shows, and it was very tin pot, and he really didn't want it to happen at Millwall, and he said that it was going to be Leeds at home was going to be the first game that it was going to be used for, and he was bang on the money, because I am currently seeing one of those crappy little light shows. Although I have just seen, I don't know if you know the account Follow Me and LUFC. She's just in the crowd there with her flag. But yeah, currently a awful modern day football light show going on at Millwall, out of all places that you'd expect not to cave into the weird peer pressure of modern sanitisation of football. You wouldn't expect Millwall to do it, but here they go with Countdown to Kickoff light show, which, I mean, at the moment, half the stadium is empty. So what's the point? What is the point, and who is it for? Yeah, IPW agreeing with me about Dan James's goal not being a corner goal. It doesn't really matter what people say. To me, that is not a goal from a corner. It's not one of those fireworks show things. It's a light show, as in, like, it's the lights in the stadium, the floodlights. They just flash them at different times to create like a light show. That's it. It's not anything remotely interesting. It's not a drone show. It's not fireworks or anything that might be actually fairly interesting. It's just the floodlights flashing on and off at different times. So yeah, it's not the most entertaining thing. I think the mascots are going to get tired arms at this point, and the little kids waving the Millwall flags, because the players still haven't come out the tunnel, and they've been doing it for quite some time now. Looks like they're actually all part of one little football club, these kids, because it's not a Millwall kit that they're wearing. Must be a little local team or something. I'm turning my light off, on and off to match. Oh yeah, I can do that as well, to be fair. You can join in the light show. I should have done that whilst it was going on, as if I've got some sort of like weird seat in the stadium. But yeah, there's a little tunnel cam as well here, actually, at the new den. Welcome, everybody. See, mine, Ben, is I'm controlling it from my Stream Deck, and it's plugged into my PC, so it's not plugged into, well, it is plugged into the wall, but like, I think it should be all right. It's not flicking on an actual light fitting on and off, but I don't know. I still won't do it excessively, just for the purposes of that fairly poor joke. But yeah, evening everybody who is joining us. Players just going and shaking hands with each other at the moment. I think it's going to be quite a chilled one tonight. You know, I'm in quite a chilled mood. I'm quite relaxed about this whole thing, to be honest. I think we've been on a really good run. I'll tell you their lineup though. Jensen in goal. Do you know what? Cooper and Tanganga at centre backs. You have to look. I can't stand that. why on earth? Why did they just not put the lineup in the order it is? Like, why is it Bogle and Firpo before, and then Rothwell, and then Rodon? And it's not even as if they're in number order, because it goes 1, 2, 3, 8, 6, 5, 7, 22, 10, 11, 29 in our order of players on the pitch. That makes no sense. But they're just doing it in a confusing order just to be confusing. It's like, what? It makes no sense, and it annoys me. Like, why can't, when you don't know all the players on an opposing team in a championship game, it's like, why would you not just put them in the order that they appear on the pitch? As in, goalkeeper, left back, centre back, right back, holding mid, left mid, centre mid, right mid, striker. Why? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, Leeds players are huddling around a little bit. It's actually Firpo who's given a little bit of a pep talk here. You know, I think probably because Strauch is talking to the referee. To be honest, Strauch's talking to the referee, so I think Firpo's giving them a bit of a word. To be honest. I think they're all chipping in, to be fair, which is good to see that there's kind of leadership coming from all sorts of places within the team. No, I haven't seen the bouncing Millwall fan yet, CB. I haven't seen any signs. I'll keep you updated if I do see him. Old Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Well, everybody looks like they're getting ready for kick-off here, so I better get ready as well. The only thing I really need to do is just press the timer to start, and then just chat for an hour and a half, including half-time. A bit more than that probably in the end, but... And we're off here. Joel Peru takes the kick-off, and the ball now back with Pascal Strauch. Nice chilled one this evening, everybody. Here comes Joe Rodon. Rodon with a nice ball forward here into Peru, who's come deep to bring the ball back to Joe Rothwell. Now Firpo. Nonto. Rothwell. Now Rodon. Back to Strauch again, who can come forward and give the ball out wide now to Firpo. Firpo looked at Nonto as he made that run, but didn't give him it in the end, and now Leeds have the ball back with Strauch. Here's Rothwell. Now Rodon. Across to the right-hand side here for Dan James, who's come short, giving the ball to Jayden Bogle, and Jayden Bogle will, in the end, under a bit of pressure, have to return that one back to Rodon, who then plays a square ball across to Pascal Strauch. Tanaka now dropping between the two centre-backs and giving the ball to Rodon and receiving it back again. Tanaka looking to just drop deep and provide a little bit of a back three as more of a base for Leeds to play off here. Here's Strauch now a little bit further ahead. Firpo being forced back here. It looks like Millwall are going to try and... push on to Leeds a little bit at times. At the moment, a couple of their strikers are trying to press quite high, but now they're dropping back into their shape in the midfield, again as a bit of a mid-block. You can see that when Leeds do play the ball into midfield, that's when the Millwall players decide to go and try and win it back off them. Here's Rodon out wide to Bogle. Bogle looking to play the ball down the line there. He's done well to get the ball nearly to Brendan Aronson, but the clearance there is from the Millwall defender. But Tanaka can poke that clearance back to Pascal Strauch. And then he passes it on here to Joe Rodon. Rothwell now, a little first-time ball into Tanaka, who's now gone on to the right-hand side of the temporary back three, if you will. Here's Tanaka, back to Aronson again. Leeds a lot of the time from the back here looking up and seeing not much going on ahead of them in terms of movement and ability to get the ball forward. But here is one such chance that's a little bit few and far between at the moment, but they do end up going all the way back anyway. Ball down the line now to Nonto. Nonto coming towards the box, looking for a way to get the ball in the box, and in the end he nearly ran the ball out there. And actually, he did run the ball out, and it's going to be a goal kick here to Millwall. Yeah, I forgot about that, to be fair. IPW, yeah, they're going off Millwall going off the back of a 1-0 victory against Burnley, aren't they? So they'll be, they will be in a good mood tonight, but hopefully lightning doesn't strike twice and they're not going to beat 2 promotion candidates in a row. But stranger things have happened in football. Anyway, here's Brendan Aronson with the ball just on the halfway line. Ball forward though from Millwall. Eventually Rodon is able to pass that one back to Melier, and now out to Jayden Bogle, who has actually been tackled here, Bogle, and he needs a bit of support from Aronson. Oh, actually, it's Dan James, and he does get that support, but he does go out for a throw-in here to Millwall. Den is a hard place to win, it is. It's probably not as hard as the old Den, is it? But it's... maybe that light show has made the Leeds players think, oh, well, it's not as tough as it used to be. I'd like to think, anyway. Millwall top look like a rugby shirt. That is a good observation. That really, really does look like... Do you know what it looks like? The Millwall top tonight, for those of watching, it looks like we're playing the Scotland rugby team, the Scotland International Rugby Union team. That's what the shirt looks like, with the kind of hoops at the bottom and the navy blue. It does look like that. Little ball through here and cleared in the end by Millwall's defence. Rodon heads it forward to Rothwell. Rothwell, little outside of the foot pass back to Tanaka. Tanaka now with a left-footed pass out to Firpo. Now Joel Peru, poor touch, and gives the ball away, and a little ball forward there by Millwall. Leeds have eventually recovered possession here. It does look a little bit like when Millwall do win the ball back here, they're professional footballers. So I'm not saying that they're completely panicking, but it does seem a little bit that way. When they do win the ball back, it's kind of like, what can I see in front of me? Okay, there's I've got a striker's running through. I'm just going to try and launch it over the top for him, rather than any sort of like controlled attacking ideas. Millwall do have a free kick just inside the Leeds half though here. I'm assuming it's going to be a long one into the box. No, it's actually been played down the line here for the winger up against Nonto. Now back to the taker of the free kick, and a little lofted ball in towards the back post. Headed towards goal, but very easy in the end for Ilan Melier to come and pick that one up. Not a bad idea from the set piece, but he was never, ever going to score a header from there. His only hope really was that one of the other players would be able to come in at the back post and, poke it in at the back post. Ball down the line here, and Nonto trying to get across the box. He actually nutmegs his defender, but the defender just gets in the way in the end, and there's no way for Nonto to get through there. So ball back with the Millwall keeper at the moment. Now back with the defenders here as Joel Peru puts on a little bit of pressure. Little lofted ball down the line. Strauch does win that in the end, and then Tanaka does well to get past his man, but the ball has bounced out back to a Millwall player, and Millwall now do have possession of the ball. Although Nonto did just put a foot in, and that one's going to go out for a Millwall throw-in. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, please. This is, I feel like for some reason I'm very chilled tonight compared to the usual kind of anxiety of watching Leeds United. I'm just kind of relaxing into this one. Here come Millwall down the left-hand side. Ball back to the centre-backs again. Again, Peru putting a bit of pressure on. It was a good ball actually out to the right-hand side for the right-back. Now down the line up against Firpo here. And Firpo does block the cross, but it comes back, fortunately, to the Millwall player. And now Dan James can pick it up at the back post after that cross was hit too long there. Here's Tanaka. Tanaka with a good attempt to get the ball forward, but again, it's cut out there. Leeds trying to force Millwall backwards here. Another long raking ball from the left back to the right wing there, but headed away by Firpo, then picked up again by Millwall. Who are Millwall's actual rivals, like close rivals? It's West Ham, isn't it? Millwall, West Ham is the big one. I was trying to think because there's always been like a rivalry, hasn't there, between Leeds and Millwall, but obviously nowhere near each other. But in terms of actual close rivalries, derbies, it's West Ham, I think, isn't it, for Millwall? Daniel Farker is giving some instructions out from the sideline. I think from his hand gestures, it looks like he's talking about some sort of rotations that he wants to happen that perhaps aren't at the moment. Here's Rodon. Ball forward now. Here to Bogle, and then Bogle tackled there. Do you know what? I forgot to turn on my desk lamp and my speakers and everything like that. No, I apologise for this if this triggers any of your smart devices in your house. Alexa, turn on the office. Okay. There we go. We've got lamps, and then we've got a very quiet bit of sound that I like to have on a little bit of commentary. Not enough for you to hear it, but just enough for me to hear a little bit. Let's try and turn that up slightly. You shouldn't be able to hear any background noise, I don't think. Long ball forward down the line here from the Millwall player, but it is going to be it's going to be a Millwall throw-in in the end. I thought it was straight out off the Millwall player, but it's going to be a throw-in for a deflection. Ben Turner asking, why is Peru getting the... Oh, sorry, CB. Oh, well, at least they didn't do anything disastrous. Oh, ball down the left-hand side now, and Bogle comes in with a really good tackle, but it is going to be a corner kick here to Millwall, just as we go back to Ben's comment. Ben saying, why is Peru getting the nod before Joseph at the moment? Is it because of injuries? Do you think that we've had to adapt our play somewhat and Peru is more adept at finishing? I think it's certainly to do with the kind of finishing that has come from Peru this season, because if you take... We are just waiting for this corner to come in. If you take the fact that if you just imagine that it's any two strikers for any club, Millwall corner comes into the box, headed towards goal, Meslier catches it. If you take that as any other club and any other two strikers, if you had a striker starting that had scored, I think he scored one, hasn't he, Joseph, or two, and you had a striker that had scored 5 sitting on the bench, everybody would be asking, what's the crack? Why are you not playing Joel Peru? Do you get what I mean? Whereas, because we've got the context of Peru maybe not fully being something that works for this system, but then Peru now has had a year to learn the system. He's had a year to learn the kind of roles and responsibilities he's got within it. And I do certainly think I see an improvement from him in terms of the way that he fits in. But yeah, I mean, look, when you actually... that free kick just went straight to Meslier. We do tend to overhype our young players, I think. And look, I'll hold my hands up. I'm guilty of it. Obviously, there comes like a certain point where I have to sensationalize slightly my video titles and the videos that I make, because otherwise it's like, here's a completely reasonable take. No one's going to watch it. Do you get what I mean? But I made a video saying that I think Mateo Joseph would be top scorer in the championship this season. A lot of that to do with the runs he makes, and yeah, he does make great runs, but his finishing has lacked somewhat what it needs to be a goal scorer in the championship. But we do tend to think that somebody like Mateo Joseph, I don't know if every club does this, but we do tend to think, oh, play Mateo Joseph every week. But when you actually look at it, what has Mateo Joseph done in a Leeds shirt to be played ahead of Joel Peru, when Joel Peru's obviously scored a good few goals last season? He scored a lot of goals in the championship over his career, and he's already scored 5 goals this season. Do you get what I mean? But you're saying that Joseph is the better player at IPW, but there isn't... I know it's not all about statistics and data, but there isn't the backlog of data to back up the fact that Mateo Joseph is any better than Joel Peru. And there is a lot of data to say that Joel Peru, who's just played a nice ball inside now, is Nonto trying to go down the line. He's dispossessed there, and it's going to be cleared by Millwall. There is a lot of data to say that Joel Peru is statistically the best goal scorer in the championship over the last 3 or 4 years. So at the moment, there's not much of an argument to say that Joseph should be starting over him, other than a lot of what I feel, and I've been a part of this, is a little bit of overhype on the part of Mateo Joseph, which is probably a bit unfair of us to expect that much of him so soon. But he's been doing well for the Spain under-21s. But then again, people, including myself, I'm guilty of this as well, have gone, oh look, Mateo Joseph scored a hat-trick for the Spain under-21s. But it's the under-21s. There's a big difference. You look at Charlie Cresswell playing in the under-21s Euros that England won, but he didn't quite make the cut at Leeds. I don't know whether that was to do with attitude or to do with ability, but there is certainly a step up, and that's what we can say with the under-21s to the first team. So he's got a lot of point proving to do, is what I'll say. It's going to be a free kick actually to Millwall there, as Dan James went shoulder to shoulder with a Millwall player in the box. We'll get back to the game now. Those of you obviously who can't actually watch the game, relying on the commentary a bit, so we'll get back to that. But it is an interesting discussion to have about our strikers at the moment. So if you let me know what you think down in the comments or the chat. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Here. Oh, never mind. Free kick taken long then from Jensen in the Millwall goal. Strauch heads that one forward. Tanganga now comes across, sends that one long. I'm assuming that... Oh, here's Tanaka with a bit of a misplaced ball, but Nonto can go and get that. Here's Rodon. Now out wide to Dan James, who's come short, and Bogle's gone beyond him. Dan James still with the ball here. Dropped off to Rodon. Coventry 0, Derby 1. Thanks for the update, Karen. Here's Dan James on the edge of the box. Tucks it to Bogle, who played a square ball across the box there, but no Leeds player able to get on the end of it. Here's Tanaka now with it after that clearance, playing the ball back to Rodon and then across to Pascal Strauch. Strauch now out wide to Firpo, and he's got Gnonto beyond him. He does play it down the line now to Gnonto. Gnonto with a little bit of a 1v1 situation on the wing. If he can get past his man, he plays it to Aronson in the box here. Aronson shoots straight down the goalkeeper's throat, and the goalkeeper is able to gratefully grasp that one to his chest and fall to his knees. And it remains 0-0. But a good move from Leeds. Best of the game so far. Aronson just shifting the weight onto his right foot to be able to get that shot off, but it just needs to go either side of the goalkeeper there. Just need to try and aim for the corners, and he's gone straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Don't take that out of context. Here's Rothwell with the free kick that we saw only after the replay. IPW saying, do you think that Gnonto is being focused by the defence more, or focused on by the defence more, not allowing the freedom to play his normal game? Look, it's natural in the Championship. A lot of the time, players who are really good get doubled up on. We saw it last season with Somerville loads. Here's Aronson on the edge of the box just as we pause that conversation for a second. Joel Peru shoots straight down the goalkeeper's throat again, but Leeds are willing to take a shot from the edge of the box, which is something we did complain about a little bit last season. It happens in the Championship all the time, doesn't it? Someone gets doubled up on because they're the best player on the one of the best players in the league. It happened to Jorginho. It happened to Somerville last season. It happened a lot. Leeds are in the box here. Here's Gnonto. Gnonto shoots. Deflected wide by Tanganga, and it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. Happened loads last season in the Championship. Players get doubled up on. Gnonto's getting doubled up on. It's not the end of the world, because what it does is it might free up the space for somebody like Dan James on the other side. If you're going to double up on someone, you're always going to leave gaps somewhere else. And the job of Leeds when someone's doubling up is to find that gap that's left. Let me just get this corner count. Corner comes into the box. Rodon! Oh, flicks that on, and then Tanaka at the back post was not able to get on it in the end. That would have counted as a goal from a corner. Rodon just flicked it on at the front post. It looked like it was going in the far corner, and Tanaka, it was just past the post, and Tanaka couldn't redirect it back into the box. He did get a foot on it, Tanaka, but he just couldn't bring it back into the box. And it's gone out for a Millwall goal kick. But like CB saying, is that 3 shots in 2 minutes? Yeah, we're having a decent amount of shots and shooting opportunities. So it is encouraging. It is encouraging signs. Anyway, Jensen then for Millwall with a goal kick. He's going to send this one long right up the centre of the pitch here. Headed away by Pascal Strauch. Now headed away by Cooper, the Millwall Cooper, not Liam Cooper. He's in Hungary. Good foot there by Firpo, and now Leeds could potentially win it back there, but Millwall have it, and they've played the ball down the line here. Strauch inside. Still going in the box here, Millwall, and a good shot, but it was actually blocked by a Millwall player. The shot by a Millwall player was blocked by another Millwall player. And, it's going to be an offside. It's like something that happens in FIFA, that. You go to shoot, and you think that's flying in the top corner, and it hits the back of your other player's head, and the ref calls offside. Leeds just a little bit of a frantic scramble at the moment, but able to give the ball back to Meslier in the end. What do you mean, Goz? Baezi on the button. Can they keep up this pace? Do you mean Millwall? I don't think Millwall are overexerting themselves too much. I haven't seen any of that Emmett. I haven't seen any of that Emmett, to be honest. So I don't know where you've seen that. I'm not saying it's not true, because I would imagine it probably is, but I haven't seen anything on the TV. But it's weird, isn't it? Like it's Millwall, and they haven't filled out the stadium for Leeds at home for their cup final. Little flick by Aronson. I'm not sure it was entirely intentional. Yeah, we can see your comments, CB. We can see your comments, so don't worry about that. Nonto with a great little touch there. Still going here and then brought down. It's going to be a Leeds free kick just on the corner of the box and a chance to get the ball in. I think it was Leonard that took him down there. Oh, right, Emma. Yeah, so it's not on the TV is what I'm saying. So I haven't seen it because it's not been shown on the telly. But yeah, I mean, I've been to Scum Away when someone was dangling a turkey flag and stuff, and it's not in good taste, is it? At all. Well, Leeds have a free kick now over on the left-hand side, on the left wing, and it looks like it's going to be Joe Rothwell to try and deliver this one into the box. You've got Aronson stood on the edge, in line with him, horizontally, and then you've got Dan James as well, who's also in line with him horizontally. The rest of the players are in the box. Two-men wall, and Rothwell goes for one arm up as he now tries to deliver it into the box. Melier, the goalkeeper, is able to catch. On the button, Max Jensen button. Oh, wow. Wow, goals, that one was poor. Wow. Headed by Bogle there. Now Aronson with a nice little turn. Gets the ball back to Bogle again. Here's Aronson. Tanaka. Aronson again. Plays the ball all the way back to Rodon and then across to Pascal Strauch. Yeah. Yeah, she is, Michael. It's weird because my childhood family dog, she was absolutely terrified of them. She used to shake, and we used to have to put a towel over her so that she felt like protected. My dog now, I mean, she's literally this big. She's tiny, and yet she just does not even... It doesn't even register that it's a thing. Yeah, she doesn't care. That was a door closing, though. It wasn't a firework going off in my house. Yeah, it was good feet from the Millwall winger inside the box, but then his shot just came off his own player. Tanaka with a good little turn. Now into Aronson. Rothwell. Back to Tanaka again. Firpo, good little ball down the line here to Brendan Aronson. Firpo again. Nonto. Back to Aronson. Aronson's still going here, doing really well, getting the ball to Bogle. Bogle, poor touch and then tackled there. And then, Dan James came flying across, but he's been nutmegged. And now Millwall can come forward again. Come here. Come on. Stop waiting by the door. Here's Tanganga. Back across to Cooper and then across to the left-hand side now as Dan James tries to shift to block this passage off. Now Aronson comes across to press. Millwall still with the ball. A little lofted ball over the top towards the winger Watmore. And Jaden Bogle is able to just leave that one to bounce out of play. QPR have got 8 players injured for Saturday's game. 8? Bloody hell. How many other games are going on in the Championship tonight? I know Karen will keep us updated on scores. What was it? Derby 1, Coventry 0, and that was it? So far. Sounds like us in the Premier League season, doesn't it, Jeff? Except I think we had about 14 players injured. Leeds 70% possession to Millwall's 30%, of course. Is Melier. I'm sure I saw it. Quiet. I'm sure I saw a game once where they talked about they did possession statistics, but it would have been like, say it was this game, it would have been Leeds 65% possession, Millwall 20% possession, and then now I'm gonna have to do maths. But whatever it is, say it was 15% would say in contested or whatever, like the ball's in the air or rolling along the floor, like it doesn't, like it, they can calculate it that accurately. 4 other games. Thanks, Karen. Is Aronson now. Aronson's arm is being pulled the whole time here. The referee doesn't say anything though. Now Strauch, Rodon, Tanaka. Here's Nonto now. Into Tanaka. Tanaka all the way across to the right-hand side for Dan James. Now Dan James tries to play the ball into the box. It's blocked away by the left back, and it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. And we shall get the little corner counter up, ready for when we inevitably head this over the bar. Just saw Dan James didn't quite give himself enough space to get across into the box then. Rothwell then. Corner comes into the box low, bouncing around. Rodon plays it back to Rothwell. It's actually been tackled out for another corner kick, so we'll keep this up. Honeyman, who he used to play for Hull, didn't he, I think? But he comes in with a sliding tackle against Joe Rothwell. And yeah, it's going to be a Leeds corner kick again. Ball into the box. Strauch heads it, but it comes off a defender here. And eventually they do get the ball away. Here's Rodon now. Rodon with great feet on the edge of the box. Now to Dan James. Dan James goes past Honeyman. Tries to get the ball in the box, Dan James, but the goalkeeper is able to catch that one easy. Just needs a little bit more whip. Keep it away from the goalkeeper as well. But Dan James crossed in the end. He did really well to just completely skin Honeyman. And then his cross into the box just wasn't anywhere near Joel Peru. Just easy for the goalkeeper to come and claim that one. Yeah, 132 people in the chat and only 60 likes. So it's definitely enough of you to get it to 100 likes. Here's Strauch poking that one back to Ilan Melier in the Leeds United goal. Here's now Tanaka with a nice little curved pass out wide now to Bogle across the halfway line. Bogle with a great weighted ball down the line to Dan James, but Honeyman makes a very good slide-in challenge, and the ball rolls back to Jensen, the Millwall goalkeeper. Would have been a really good chance there to get the ball into the feet of Joel Peru. Ooh, poor pass there from Honeyman. Actually, no, it's not Honeyman. It's the fullback, the left back there that made that pass. But Leeds do have possession back now. Here's Firpo. Now Strauch. Across to Joe Rodon. Now Tanaka tries to play a lofted ball out wide to Dan James, which goes over his head, and it's going to actually be a throw-in for Millwall in the left-back position. Jeff Biss asking, how do the players travel to away games, London, by air or by bus? I don't know. I know that for some games they do go by air. If they were playing Plymouth, although to be fair, closest airport to Plymouth, still going to be a bit of a trek afterwards anyway, isn't it? So yeah, certain games they will, but I'm not sure what they'll have done this time. Obviously they get a coach. It's mad, isn't it? Because it's not like they're saving themselves. Like they get a private jet, which James tries to get a ball in the box there. They get a private jet, which I don't agree with anyway. I don't think private jets should exist. But they'll also send a coach from Leeds to the hotel that they're staying at to take them to the game and everything over the weekend or over the weeknight or whatever it is. So that coach is doing that journey from Leeds anyway. They won't use the local coach service. They'll use the one that they always use from Leeds. So they're not only are they using a private jet, which obviously is ridiculous for emissions, they're also sending the coach from Leeds to go and pick them up from the hotel and stuff. So it's just, yeah, I mean, just get the coach then. You may as well just get the coach if it's going anyway. But, yeah. Anyway. Let's see. A free kick to Jensen here, who sends it long. Firpo comes in and wins the header. Ball falls at the feet of Strauch, who sends a long ball up to the halfway line, which is headed away by Cooper. Dan James tries to challenge for it, but it's knocked forward again. Here is Dan James again, but eventually the ball has ended up back with Millwall here. So they play the ball down the line and try and get it towards Honeyman. It was on the left wing, but Road unable to be quick enough to come across and knock that one into touch. So it's going to be a throw in here to Millwall. Okay, 30 minutes gone. Don't think they've not really threatened. We've had a few shots, but they've been very tame. I think we've been the better side, but we just need to put a bit of pace on some of our shots, try and actually test the goalkeeper. CB saying another international break soon, yeah. I think after this one, let's have a little look at what our fixture list is saying. Because I think... Saturday, yeah, so we've got this game and then we've got the 9th of November, Saturday. So we've got this game tonight and then we've got QPR at home. Then we don't have a game until the 24th of November. And then we've got 24th, 27th, 30th, all in a week again. Stop playing international football. Ball came into the box there and it got played to the edge. And it was hoofed away in the end by the... it got hoofed away in the end by the Millwall player. Just came to the edge of the box and, yeah, bit of a miscommunication, I think, between Firpo and Nonto it was there. Neither of them knew which way, who was going to take it. And in the end, they kind of left it and it was cleared. But here we go again with Pascal Strauch now. Here's Rothwell. Here's Tanaka now. Now Rodon again. Rothwell. Tanaka. Rothwell again now. Aronson. Bogle. Leeds keeping the ball well here, but not doing a massive amount with it at times. Here's Tanaka, now Rodon. If you just click on them, Michael, it'll take you to their website and then just instantly click back to YouTube. It should skip them. Or at least that's what Joe Blackburn told me, so if it's not true, blame Joe. Here's Tanaka. Oh, by the way, I went on Joe's channel the other day, so if you want to watch that, I went on his Balls Knowledge series and answered some questions on there. I thought I'd done terribly, but I didn't do the worst on the episode, so I'm happy with that. Oh, God, Tanaka wasn't even watching there for Honeyman, I think it was, coming back towards him, but just luckily it bounced over his head. Here's Rothwell. Now Rodon. Tanaka now. Tanaka with a little lofted ball over the top towards Nonto on the... what are you doing? On the left wing, Nonto. The referee's probably going, come here. Come here. Get comfy on there. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's a proper ailing flop there from Leonard. A proper ailing flop. Like, Nonto really, really did not touch him. Yeah, she does that all the time, Munchy Toy. I don't know why. I think, I don't know. I think, like, she's literally nobody stood anywhere near her, and she'll just scream like that for some reason. I don't know why. I think she gets anxious, or she thinks something's there. I don't know. But she's weird. Here's Rothwell. Now Firpo. Firpo down the line to Nonto. Inside to, Aronson, who gets an absolute face full of Tanganga. Just got completely, just completely bowled over there by Tanganga. A bit overzealous, shall we say, in a football term that we hear quite often. Here's Rodon. Now Tanaka. Rothwell. He's Nonto now. Cleared away though by Millwall, and then a little Trivella through ball here from the right winger up towards the front, but in the end Rodon's able to deal with it, and Meslier actually goes for a right-footed clearance that goes very far. I didn't even know he could kick it that far with his right foot. Handball there by Strouk. I think Strouk's got his arms down by his sides there. There's not much he can do about that, but it's going to be a free kick to Millwall just inside the Leeds half. Yeah, probably. I mean, she's literally lying as close as she possibly could to me right now. She's right behind my chair. She wants Leeds to score. Oh, Tanganga scored, so it's actually... I mean, Mr. P's super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat, Mr. P. This has a 0-0 draw smell, even a 1-0 defeat. And as soon as he said that, Millwall scored. It's a set piece. It's a bloody set piece, and we've conceded. So poor. I want to see that again. Because it looked like a decent finish, but so it starts off in the middle. He plays it back, and then just one long ball into the box, headed back across, and then it's a really good finish. It's a really good finish. The thing is, for Meslier, it's curling away from his hand. You're not going to expect it to... because he's gone with the outside of his foot and he's gone back on himself, if you get what I mean, like towards the near post. So Meslier is kind of thinking, well, if he's right-footed, he's going to go across the other side. But he's just like... was sent him the wrong way. Look, it's a good finish, but... we've had chances to shoot in this game, and we've hit them straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, great turn there by Nonto. Can he get a ball into the box for Leeds to equalise? It's going to be a corner kick as their Leonard, I think it was, slides in and knocks that one out for a Leeds corner kick. But, of course... Leeds aren't great at corners, as you can see literally on the screen, so we'll see what happens from this one. We're nearly at 30. Of course, only a few minutes left of this first half as well. Joe Rothwell then gets ready to put this one in the box. Towards the front post, headed across everyone, and it's going to go out for... I know we're on 29 now, but I think it's actually gone out for a goal kick there, and there's a Millwall player down in the box. White's one saying, "Oh dear, not happy as they'll play a low block and we aren't creating anything anyway." I think we did create a few chances. It's just our shooting's not very good. We just tend to be putting them straight at the keeper in this first half, and it's just trying to play either side, make him actually work for it. Excuse me. Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick here to Millwall. How annoying, eh? So many flat caps in the Millwall end. Peru trying to go and win that one back, but it's going to go all the way through to Leonard, the goalkeeper. And he sends it long. Headed away by Strauch. Straight up in the air by Cooper. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds as Tanaka was fouled there. No, we just aren't clinical enough in any way. We never are. We never are clinical enough. Here's Firpo. Nice ball inside here to Nonto. Nonto tries to play it into, well, either Aronson or Peru, but it was kind of split the difference, and neither of them were able to pick it up. I find that's quite a championshipy thing to happen. Players trying to pass it to someone, and they end up just like passing it in between two Leeds players. Watmore just came in with a sliding challenge there on Dan James, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds out on the right-hand side. Chance to get the ball in the box, but it's pretty much a corner from the kind of position it is. Dan James just stopped for a second and then went again, and Watmore's challenge came and brought him down. Anyway, Dan James here with a chance to put the ball into the box. I think it's Dan James who's going to take it and not Rothwell this time. Or is it oh no, it is Rothwell. Sorry, I've got bad eyesight then. Rothwell, 2 arms up this time. Oh, ball bouncing around in the area. Dan James tries to play it back in. He's complaining for a handball, but they are going to come forward here. But no, Bogle's going to do really well to come across and stop that one. And now you can play it all the way back to Meslier. Well, 1 added minute onto this first half. Just 1 added minute. Here's Firpo now. Tanaka into Nonto. Nonto spreads the play out wide to Bogle there with a good touch. Dan James tries to make a run, but instead he goes inside to Rothwell. Here's Tanaka now. Out wide to Firpo. 30 seconds left in this first half. Tanaka. Rothwell. Rodon. Dan James now. Looking to create some space here, but he is shut out. Now Strauch, who's actually in almost a midfield position. Firpo here. Firpo tries to put it in the box. Headed away. Tanaka keeps it going for Leeds. 7 seconds. Even as I say that, we're down to 0 seconds. If Leeds could get the ball in the box now, it'd be great, but no, tackled. Tanaka gets tackled. Uncharacteristically gets tackled, and it's going to be the half-time whistle. Now, remember, I'm now going to reset the PC, so it's going to go off. It's going to go black for a minute, but don't go anywhere because we will be back in less than a couple of minutes. So go and make yourselves a brew, get yourself a glass of water, whatever you want to do. Go for a comfort break to the loo, and we'll be back in a second. But when it goes black, don't panic. I've just reset the PC, so I'll be back shortly after that. So yes, 1-0 at half time after that set piece goal from Japhet Tanganga. Right. In theory, we should be back now. In theory, we should be back. So someone could let me know if we are. That would be great. Just a shame, isn't it, that happened right at the end of the half, because I don't think we were that bad. I think we just need to actually get our shots on target. Our final pass needs to be correct, needs to be accurate, and we'd be doing a lot better. But it is a shame that that's the way it's gone. It's really unfortunate, isn't it? It really is, because I think we haven't played too bad, and they haven't really threatened on goal at all in that first half. So it is a bit of a shame that we went and conceded right at the end of it. I think we've got it in us to come back in this game. I do think we've got it in us to come back, definitely. It's just about whether we can overcome what is going to be quite a difficult low block now, because they've got ahead in the game, and that just tends to be Championship life, doesn't it? Once people get ahead, that's it. Then they're kind of just going to stay. They're kind of just going to stay back and sit in to try and stop you. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but Sunderland are drawing, Michael's saying. So yeah, it's just about trying to get back in the swing of things and going ahead and trying to just make that final pass correct. When you have a shot, put them either side of the goalkeeper instead of just straight down his throat. So yeah, it is very annoying. But look, not much we can do about it, but move on to the second half, and hopefully we can go ahead and look, they're 8th in the table, so they're not that bad. But it's just, can we finish our chances? Because if we can, then we're definitely able to get back into this game. It's just the kind of frustration that we have at the moment in terms of whether we can actually get any more chances, because they're sitting in such a low block. I'd imagine that's what they're going to do anyway, because to be honest, in the first half they didn't really do that too much, but now they've got a goal. It's like, okay, so you're going to sit back in, aren't you? And we're going to really struggle to have to break this down. Although we did think that in the last game, didn't we? Against Plymouth, that they were going to sit in a low block. But then, to be fair, it was Wayne Rooney, wasn't it? Coaching them. So, look, it's anyone's game in that case. I genuinely thought that, look, Plymouth weren't... Well, they were like half decent defensively, but it was going forward where I've never seen I don't think I've ever seen a team offer less going forward than what Plymouth offered against us. They really was just like, okay, just attempt to hit the front man that's not even tall enough to win any headers, and then that'll be it. Literally, it was like, oh my God, I've never seen anything as bad. I'd imagine that Farke isn't going to make any subs at half-time either, and we're going to try and soldier on with what we've got until probably the 65th minute or later. Tell you what, I hate half-time. Whether you're in the stadium or whether you're at home, it takes so long to happen. 15 minutes is like the longest the longest 15 minutes of your life every single time. Yeah, they did not get lucky, because you can say it's a good finish and a well-worked set piece, but they didn't create a lot in that first half. We created a little bit, but not loads. But it is still frustrating to see that we have created chances in open play and then a set piece goes in. But that's football. You can't do anything about that, really. That is football, and you just have to deal with it. You have to go back out onto that pitch and go and try and win the game. But look, I still don't know why he's not tried Isaac Schmidt at any point. It's not worrying, but it's a little bit like, hold on a second, why haven't you haven't you tried him? What's wrong with him? But look, I think there's a chance we come back into this game. There really is, but we just have to be a bit clever about it. We can't just fly at them, because they may just hit us on the counter-attack and score a second, which would be very irritating. Leeds players are back out on the pitch now. Dan James, Rothwell, Nonso, Tanaka are all back out on the pitch now. So hopefully we'll start before too long and we can go and win the game 2-1. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be great if we could win it 2-1? Oh, we are about to get back underway here. Just getting ready to press the button. We are back underway here in the second half. Firpo heads that one away. Strauch. Piru. Good chest down, and he's got Dan James trying to run ahead of him, but he has had to go back there because Dan James was tracked by a couple of players. Now, Bogle. Into Dan James. Tries to poke it across the edge to Piru. Poor ball from Dan James, and Millwall win it back, but Leeds do win it back quickly. Here's Strauch. Now Firpo. Nonto. Firpo again. Firpo takes a bit of push there, but it's an advantage, and then Rodon can carry on with it. Tanaka, Rothwell. Back to Tanaka, who again has dropped between the back two to create a bit of a back three at the moment. Here's Bogle inside now to Rothwell, down to Dan James, and then down the line to Aronson, who crossed it into the box, and then Nonto headed over the bar. But look, that's much better. It's incisive. It was quick. It was a good play. We got into the box, and Nonto, obviously not an experienced header of the ball, could have done with someone like Piru trying to glance that across there. And in the end, he puts it over the bar. But it's a very good move. It's much better than what we'd seen in that first half, really. So long may that continue. It's that ability to go, right now we're going, instead of this kind of slow side to side, backwards, waiting for something to happen for you. Sometimes you can just go and make something happen. Here's Strauch. Good ball to Firpo now. Firpo goes to carry it forward. Now Piru. Great ball from Piru. Little reverse pass down the line to Nonto. Nonto down the line to Firpo. Firpo tackled, not fouled, according to the referee. Both Tanganga and Firpo go down holding parts of their legs. But it is going to be a corner kick here to Leeds. No, you're not banned, Emma. It was a temporary mute. I'm not sure where you're coming at it from, though, in terms of it being banter. Ball into the box. Leeds nearly scored from a corner then. But it was a low ball into the box, and Firpo tried to get on the end of it. But that does put us at 30 corners. Could they have put that away? Or could have put that away, yeah. It was a good idea. It's not something that we've seen too much, that kind of, not even just a low cross into the box, it was a low ball across the box on the deck, and Firpo tried to hit it first time. Here's Nonto. Bogle now. Here's Nonto. Tanaka. Now Strauch. Dan James goes to shoot. Goalkeeper spills, but then he's able to collect that one. Bit of a better strike. I'm sorry, but look, you either stop talking about American politics in the chat, or I just mute you, because I don't want people. We're here to watch a game of football. We're here to watch a game of football, not his Millwall coming forwards again. Tries to get a ball in the box. Good block from Firpo. We're here to watch a game of football, not talk about a convicted felon who is going to attempt to take away the rights of most people. So, yeah, let's just leave it out, yeah? Well, Millwall player's just gone down in the box there, Cooper. I'm not sure what for. Just while they're waiting for the corner to come in, that is, by the way. Let's have a look. Yeah, Nonto just giving him a few little gentle pushes, and he just falls over in the box, Cooper. And he's there. He's probably their biggest player. He's probably their biggest player, Cooper, and Nonto's just trying to get any sort of advantage, because he's honestly must be 2/3 of his height, and that's not even an exaggeration. He must be 2/3 of his height. Corner comes in from Millwall here, headed away at the front post, picked up by the corner taker though, and he's going to attempt to put it back in, but good block there from Firpo, and it's going to be a throw in. Yeah, it was headed away there, but I think it was Peru actually in the end who headed it away, and then it was blocked by Firpo. Mr. P saying we've started faster, but in my opinion still too slow in our build-up. We can only unsettle an opposition defence if the ball is being moved quickly and positively into dangerous areas, which I agree with Mr. P, because that's what we saw with that Nonto headed chance over the bar, wasn't it? It was a quick move down the line, ball in behind, and then a cross into the box, and it was all quick. Right, I'll say one more thing before banning you, Emmett. The fact that anyone would think that woke was an insult. Is Nonto going to be able to kick this one in? No, he's going to knock out for a throw-in. The fact that anyone would think that woke is an insult says a lot about you. Because woke means awake to social injustice. So why would you not want to be awake to social injustice? Why would you not want equality? Unless you're a horrible person with no empathy for anybody else and a bigot. So, like, yeah, well, I wouldn't want you on my channel, so you are now hidden. No one will be able to see your messages. Here's Rodon. Now Strauch. Rodon. Strauch. Ball down the line here towards Junior Firpo. Strauch. Good feet there from Bogle over on the right-hand side. He tries to slide a ball through, but his pass eventually ends up at the feet of a Leeds player. Here's Dan James. Now Tanaka with a little ball back into the box. Aronson tries to lift that one into the box. It's deflected away, though, by a Millwall player, and it's going to be another Leeds United corner. We are now into the early 30s on corner kicks. Yeah, I think Aronson was complaining for a handball there, but it was never going to get that. It came off his shoulder as he tried to block it. Rothwell to take this one though. Rothwell into the box. Rothwell's corner is pretty poor there. Goes over everybody, but Aronson is able to pick it up outside the box. Aronson still being forced backwards here, and in the end has to go all the way back to Meslier. Yeah, 88 likes, just 12 to get it to 100, and that would be great because it just helps. I think algorithmically helps push the stream out there to more people. Here's Pascal Strauch. Now Rothwell, Tanaka, Firpo, into Piru. Gets tackled there, but the ball comes back to a Leeds player with Firpo and now Nonto. Nonto cutting inside. Still going here, Nonto across the whole width of the box and plays the ball to Bogle. Back to Nonto. Nonto tackled there and Millwall can come away with it. I think it's Watmore here. Plays it out wide now. Rodon trying to step across to win that one back. I'm sorry, but I don't think there was anything in that. It's been given as a free kick to Millwall just inside the Leeds half. Bogle is remonstrating with the referee about that one because there's no way that was a foul. He doesn't even touch him, Bogle, but he just wants to get himself a free kick. The Millwall player, get them up the pitch after being under a little bit of pressure. It's gamesmanship at its finest. That it is a dive and. Look, I'd be giving a yellow card out for that straight away. So, yeah, it's going to be a chance for them to put another long ball in the box. We were going to take it down the line there, but Rothwell was aware of it, and I think the referee also stopped them taking it as quickly as they might have originally liked to. Here's a long ball, though, into the box from the free kick. Headed away by Rodon. Back in by Millwall player. Won by Firpo. Now Nonto with a chance to go. Cuts inside there. Fouled, though, by, I think, Tanganga in the end. He gets himself a yellow card, actually, for breaking up the counter-attack, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick here. Yeah, to be honest, I think the same thing happens for everybody, CB, to be fair, to get the right likes total. I think it's not something that automatically updates whilst you're on the tab or whatever on the YouTube app. I think it does it when you refresh it. Anyway, back underway here. Here's Rothwell into the feet of Piru. Plays a nice pinged, zippy pass back to Strauch again. Strauch comes forward now. Little ball over the top. It's too much on it. It's a little bit lackluster, some of the passing tonight. Although I think it's some of the passing in general from this Leeds team is a little bit lacking at times. We're used to a lot of the kind of like tiki-taka style under Bielsa and stuff where it was like ping, 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 ping. Like you just saw flick, 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 and it just always seemed to go to a player. But since we had Jesse Marsh and etc., the passing has gone down the drain a little bit. But it has improved under Farker, but you still see a lot of wayward passes. But I mean, we are in the Championship, so that is the case a lot of the time. I think there's a Millwall player's gone down holding his head here. So whilst Leeds were on a bit of a break there, they are gonna pull it back there for. I'm not sure anyone really touched him there. Look, I hope nothing's happened to him actually, but that does seem like time wasting with head injuries, which, I mean, ethically, I think that is taking the mick a little bit, doing with head injuries, because the referee's got to stop the game in case it's a really serious head injury and someone's got to be taken off and taken to hospital. So using that to time waste, it's a little bit Mickey taking to me. It's not in great taste, is it? Blackburn 0, Stoke 1. And Mr. P saying we have Schmidt and Joseph who can bring something different to this game. Yeah, look, Schmidt can play left back or right back. Hasn't been given a chance. Of course, you've got Joseph as well, which, look, Joseph's come on and not been great over the past couple of games, so Dan James tried to get the ball in the box there, but it was deflected away, and now they're coming forward here, but won back here by Tanaka, but he has knocked out for a Millwall throw-in. I've got to say, I've never seen Tanaka lose the ball as much as he has tonight. Mr. P saying today DJ and Peru haven't offered much, then again, neither have 95% of this team. Yeah, I would say that Nonto looks like a pretty bright spark in this team today, and I would also say that Aronson is putting himself about a lot and attempting to move the ball nicely. So they're the kind of standouts for me, Nonto and Aronson. Speaking of which, Nonto's just nearly passed the ball to Aronson's just nearly passed the ball to Nonto. Tanaka's just having an off game. Yeah, even so, I don't think Tanaka's playing badly particularly. It's just that I'm not expecting to see as many wayward passes from him as I have. Great challenge, though, from Firpo. Just seeing the replay of that. Millwall making a substitution then. Still playing on here, though. Here's Tanaka. Knocks that one back to Rodon. Rodon plays it into the path of Bogle, who can drive himself over the halfway line with it. He's looking for options, but he hasn't really got anyone down there and has to turn around and go back to Rodon. Yeah, but look, I know what you're saying, Mr. P. He's saying I'm afraid I'm not seeing any seeds of hope yet. I know what you're saying, because it's like I can't see where a goal's coming from here, but a lot of the time that does happen, and then someone just goes and bags something out of nothing. But like that, the linesman put his flag up. Oh, Leeds had scored then. The ball came into the box. It rolled straight into the path of Joel Peru, and he just put it under the goalkeeper. Would have been 1-1, but the linesman given it offside. But as I was saying, sometimes you can just score out of nothing, and then it's like, oh, we're in gear now. But yeah, Bogle tried to play the ball into the box. It came off Dan James and then dropped at Peru's feet, but then the linesman put his flag up. I would like to see that again, I'd like to see that from the other angle. Mr. B saying even the commentators are saying that we are playing too close together. Well, you saw it then, because Rodon played a ball in front of Bogle to run onto into their half, and then he looked ahead and he had no Dan James. Dan James was all the way in the middle. So a couple of subs for Millwall. He looks like a very Millwall player. I don't know what his name is, because they haven't told us yet on Sky. But so Langstaff has come off and Coburn has come on, and then there was another one as well. But so Denore is coming on and Watmore is coming off. So number 19, he's probably thinking, what more can I do? Sorry, that was terrible. Rodon plays the ball out wide now. Dan James fouled. Referee given nothing. That was a foul, but okay. Poked forward to the substitute midfielder here, and now they tried to come forward again, but good tackle there by Junior Firpo. Nice little bit of interplay, a little bit of that tiki-taka I was talking about before. Harris versus Leeds, played 7, won 3, drawn 2, lost 2. Mr. P saying Farker will bring four players on up front and will concede a second goal. I wouldn't put it past us. I would not put it past us. Millwall might put it past us. A second goal. Dan James going to take him on down the line, winning Leeds a corner, which notoriously we don't do well from. But it is a chance. If you take history out of the window, it is a chance for us to get the ball in the box. What do we feel about a draw away at the Den? Is that a bad result? If we were to score and we drew 1-1, what do people think about a draw away at the Den, about that result? Ball came in, headed away though. Strout was going for it, but it was headed away. Yeah, it's frustrating because they didn't have really anything in that first half. But I mean, yeah, a draw's not the end of the world, is it? Look, we're not trying to run away with it. We're just trying to steadily go unbeaten, keep scoring goals, keep winning and getting draws. Yeah, because yeah, of course you would. But like in terms of, if we draw this and then go into QPR at the weekend and we win, Honeyman went right through Aronson there and got himself a yellow card. But if we draw this and then we win against QPR at the weekend, not a bad week, is it? Not a bad week at all, really. You'd take that 7 points out of 3. Here's Firpo inside now to Joel Peru, who did turn well there. And now the ball with Aronson. Dan James. Left-footed cross into the box. It's swept in, headed away. Tanaka. Bogle now on the edge. Bogle trying to keep hold of it, but then it's just cleared long by Honeyman, I think it was. And Meslier can pick that one up about halfway inside his own half. I'm talking about if we draw this one, Goz, though. Mr. P's talking about Dan James's cross there, floated ball in. Yeah, I know, but I don't necessarily think he meant to do that, because there was one the other week where he cut inside and whipped it to the back post, and someone nearly got on the end of it. And so it can be a good crossing option. It's just whether it's accurate or not. That time it wasn't great, but. Is this a corner? Yeah, we do have a corner here. Ball comes into the box, headed over everyone. I think it's going to be another corner, So we're up to 33. With a chance of it being 34 or a chance of it going back down to 0. At any time we have a corner, this counter could go down to 0, and that's what we want to see. I want to see this counter go reset right down to 0. Oh, someone just exhaled a massive vape under the camera there. Unless it's just that cold in Millwall that people's breath. Rothwell, corner comes in to the edge of the box. Here's Aronson, goes to shoot, poked back out to the edge. Rothwell, offside there. 34 then without a goal, but that would have been all right, that move, but it's just someone was offside, and I think it was Joel Peru, because he just tried to poke it back again. But it's only because Aronson's shot was so bad. Yeah, Peru was offside for that goal before, by the way. Headed away by Rode on that long goal kick. Or free kick it was actually from the offside, but Millwall have the ball here. Good tackle by Tanaka, and then another good tackle by Tanaka, and now Rothwell comes away with it. Plays the ball to Bogle now, coming over the halfway line down the right-hand side. He's got Dan James inside him in the half space. He's trying to still keep going here, Bogle, but he has lost the ball in the end. And it's a good little bit of play there from Millwall, actually, to get the ball out of there. But they have played themselves back into danger again and had to send it long. Mr. P saying, last season we heard from the fans the league isn't won in October, November, etc. We heard Southampton are out of it. We heard Ipswich won't be able to keep this up. We were wrong on all of the above. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Look, it's a long old season, the Championship. It's such a cliche, but it's a long old season. You do just have to keep plugging away. And you can't lose heart even if you're 4th or 5th come January, February. You can always come back into it in the Championship. Teams go on losing runs, teams go on winning streaks. There's a lot of swing in the Championship, so no subs as of yet. That's going to be offside there, surely. How is that not offside? Still going here. Millwall as they come back inside now into the centre. Tanganga plays it out wide to Leonard now. Down the line to Denore, I think he's called. Now we've got an offside against them. Liam B saying, where are the substitutes? I don't even know if they've... I'm assuming that they've been warming up. I've not seen them. Mr. P saying this game can change, but Leeds aren't giving me any confidence that they can change. Not unless Farker makes the right subs. Yeah, look, I mean, we've got options on the bench. And if you use them in the right way, you can turn games around like this. But whether Farker's just trying to figure out what that right way is, we don't know. Here's Nonto. Plays it back to Strauch now. Marcello saying 70 minutes for the changes. Dan James going down the line and then cleared into touch. Remember, I haven't even reminded anyone at any point, but just try and remember that if a goal goes in this game, please don't say it in the chat, basically. Here's Dan James. Dan James in the box, goes to shoot, and it's going to go wide there. I think it might have been a corner for a deflection. I think a Millwall fan threw a ball onto the pitch as Dan James was running then, but it was behind them, so it wasn't anything to stop the play. But it is going to be a corner kick here. Oh, well, I'd rather... Oh, that's the score, not the corner count. Look, I'd rather the subs come now than in 10 minutes, but looks like it's only going to be a single change as well. It's going to be Solomon on. Rothwell then with the corner kick. Ball into the box. Comes out to the edge here. Now Firpo. Ball back into the box. Drops to the edge here for Aronson, maybe. No, good defending there, to be fair. Use of his body. Oh, and Leeds have just been absolutely skinned here as Millwall come forward. Try and play the ball out wide, but then Strauch does a really good job of getting back there to knock that one away for a throw-in. I think it might have been offside anyway, to be honest. The referee certainly has blown his whistle. So it's actually, I think, going to be Rothwell that comes off for Solomon. Slightly worrying. I don't really know what the plan is here with this. Yeah, 99 likes, just one more like. And we'll be on that 100 like total. Well, these are coming forward here. Here's Firpo. Oh, Solomon's on already here. Here's Solomon on the left-hand side. Crosses it in. Headed away by Millwall. But now picked up by Jaden Bogle, who puts it into row Z. Well, probably row I of the lower tier. Luton 1, Cardiff 0. Thanks, Karen. Going to be a goal kick here. Rothwell came off and Solomon came on for him. I'm not sure how that makes us line up, to be honest. Mateo Joseph has just been sent out to warm up, by the way. I would have had him warming up and coming on now, not sending him out to warm up just now. Here's Bogle coming down the right hand side. Aronson again. Bogle, ball down the line here to Gnonto. Gnonto with the ball over everybody, and then I think goal kick. Yeah, really poor cross from Gnonto. I don't know what that is. I actually don't think that Piru's been that bad. There's been a lot of times where people have pinged the ball into his feet and he's kept it moving quickly, and then he's turned and tried to run, tried to make something happen, but he can't do it all on his own. He needs support. He needs help. Long ball forward here from the goalkeeper, and it's going to be headed out for a Leeds throw-in. I honestly don't think that Joel Peru's been bad, in this game. I really don't. I think he's lacked support, but when the ball has come to his feet, he's actually tended to do something well with it every time. I haven't really noticed him do anything too bad and any touches that are too poor, really. I think when the ball's come to him, he's attempted to find a Leeds player. Most of the time he has done. Cleared away there by Millwall. Strout comes across to try and win that one, but he has been a bit over-aggressive with that one and fouled. God, saying anything's worth the switch as it's not happening at the moment. Yeah, look, I would have brought... Not what I've just said about Peru being quite good in this game, quite good, but half decent, is not to say that I wouldn't still bring on Mateo Joseph at this point, because I think it's the right thing to do. You've got to try something different. This feels like the Burnley game. Better in every statistical metric other than the scoreline. Yeah. Look, I think the Burnley game, we were actually a lot better than them. In this one, it's like, I don't know, we've done everything but score. So that's really poor. Rodon tried to pass the ball to Bogle. One of them, whichever one, has let the ball go out of play there, and it's going to be a throw in an attacking position. It's just simple stuff like that going wrong where you just think, what are you doing? Here's Tanganga. Don't go, Justin. Don't go. Believe, because I think that we come back into this game and you'll regret it if you don't watch the end. You've got to have faith. You got to have faith. Ball into the box there from Millwall, or it could be 2-0. He goes to shoot, but could block there from Leeds. It's gone miles. They're going to be forced backwards here as Gnonto charges the defender down. Offside though against the winger as the ball came forward there. Aronson's knocked that one back to the goalkeeper Melier. Now Strouk. Yeah, he's been okay. He's not been fantastic, but I don't think Peru has stood out as a bad performance in this game. I think he's been on a level with most of the players, to be honest, on par. Here's Strouk. Strides forward with it a little bit and gives it to Firpo on the left. Inside now to Gnonto. Gnonto still going here. It's going to be a goal kick. It came off Gnonto in the end. It's one of those things, isn't it, where just nothing's going your way in terms of the final bounce in it or anything. It just coming off knees and shins when you're trying to go through, and yeah, it's gone out for a goal kick rather than a corner. Another substitution here. It's a Millwall change. So, yeah, the winger here, SA, is come off and Aziz has come on. It's going to be a goal kick here for Millwall as Jensen hoofs that one long. Tanaka forward into Piru. See, another nice little touch from Piru there, just to find feet for Nonto, and he gives it to Bogle out wide. Rodon. Bogle. Piru back to Rodon again. Forgot his name for some reason. Strauch out wide now to Firpo. Firpo tries to play it into the box, but it is going to be a corner kick to Leeds. Yeah, a lot of people have said Solomon and Joseph work well together, but I'm not sure that they do. I think they might have done in one game, but I don't think it's like a well-established connection that people kind of make it out to be. Anyway, as Rothwell's off, Solomon is going to take this corner. Ball comes into the box. Couldn't beat the first man. Just pick it back up again, though, Solomon here, and then give the ball to Aronson, who drops it off to Bogle. Bogle's going to have to go all the way back to Melier here. Yeah, but 1-1 is 1-1. You're saying 1-1's a decent result, Jeff, but we might not score. It might be a 1-0 loss. Leeds have got the ball here with Dan James. Dan James just poor. Really poor pass there. Just tried to lift it over the top for Nonto, but it's just not great. So Bamford and Joseph are coming on. So Bogle's coming off for Bamford. And Nonto's coming off for Joseph. Look, Solomon can't be doing very well because, well, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that, but already Farker has brought Solomon back over to him to give him more instructions, and he's only been on the pitch, 5 minutes? So to me, that would say that he's not doing what he's meant to do. Nonto's coming off here. So we've got Joseph, Bamford and Piru on now. 3 strikers. 3 strikers on the pitch at once. I hope Bamford scores now. Good feet from Solomon. Gets the ball to Bamford, who loses it. And it's going to go all the way through to the goalkeeper. Joseph is closing him down, though. Look, we're going to have a lot of players forward here. I'm guessing that Rodon's we're going to play a bit of a 3 at the back. They've been put on at the same time, IPW. They're both on. They've both been brought on at the same time. So now Joseph, Bamford and Piru are all on the pitch. Here's Rodon. Now Dan James on the right-hand side. Yeah, quiet. Here's Firpo. Ball out to the left-hand side here for Solomon. Solomon looking for a chance to get the ball in the box, but he drops it back off to Firpo. Gets it back again, Solomon. Out on the left-hand side. Cuts inside now. Played it to Tanaka. Tanaka pokes that one out wide to Dan James. Can he get a ball in the box or can he find feet? He takes it to Strauch, but really poor touch from Pascal Strauch. But in the end, Millwall do just hoof the ball away, so it is going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, throw the kitchen sink at it time, I think. When is Ramazani back? I think it's a good few weeks, but it's good that the international break's coming, because I think Ramazani was something that he tends to be a bit of a catalyst for things happening at times. Firpo just trying to play a long ball and just gets deflected out. by Aziz. Well, we've got the Medford Messi, haven't we? In Brendan Aronson. Here's Rodon. Now wide now to Solomon. Solomon across into the centre here to Strauch. Now Rodon. Dan James. Dan James with a cross towards the back post. I mean, look, that's that floated cross that Mr. P was on about. If that's a little bit more accurate, Bamford's in at the back post, so I understand why he's trying to cross it, like why he's trying to cut in and cross it to the back post. Long ball forward here from Millwall, but Leeds have won the ball back. Here's Tanaka. Look, this is when we need to try and break on them, but there's a lot of players packing their midfield out. Michael got saying, have we been poor tonight or just unlucky? Bamford, oh no, Peru actually it was. He's shot there and he's asking for a handball as it cannoned up onto a Millwall player's arm potentially. Here's Firpo back to Rodon, and then they've given a foul against Leeds there. I'm sorry, but that's awful. That is not a... What are you on about, Robert? I have to... I'm only telling her to be quiet. I'm trying to do a bloody live stream here. Yeah, I don't think you can give that as a handball or one in the box from Peru, but it did come off Cooper's arm. Yes, look, I was answering someone's question then. Have we been poor tonight or just unlucky from Michael, I think it was, yeah. It's a combination of both. I think at times we've been unlucky. At times it's just been... We've been good enough to get the ball into a decent position, but it's when we're in that position, what have we done with our final ball, what have we done with our final shot, and it's not been good enough. And that's not really down to luck a lot of the time. That's a lot of that down to skill. They do have a free kick though, Millwall here, and a chance to put the ball in the box. Taking their time over this one, as you would expect with this game state. Ball into the box towards the back post, headed off the post by Mateo Joseph, off his own post there. Now Solomon comes forward, plays it to Aronson, who's going to try and carry that one. Aronson tries to play it forward back into Solomon, but straight to a Millwall player who can send that one back down the line, and now they're trying to run in behind with Aziz here. Strauch does really well though to just take that one off him dominantly. Now Meslier with a long ball forward. Oh, Firpo's come in with a flying challenge there. He's going to get himself a yellow card. Yeah, Firpo's going to get a yellow card. It's definitely a card, that. Oh, yes, a poor challenge from Firpo. I think it's out of frustration, to be honest. Yeah, so the ball came back across, and then it was Mateo Joseph. He headed it off his own post. Now, if he meant that, if Mateo Joseph meant that, to knock it off his own post and then go back out again because it would fool all the Millwall players, then it's genius. I don't think he did mean it. Yeah, it was one of those ones where he went with both feet and kind of just like threw his legs at him. I think it's out of frustration, to be honest, from Firpo. Poor free kick from Millwall though, and Meslier can pick that one back up. It's like 4 or 5 minutes to go here, plus whatever's added on. There hasn't been many stoppages, so I'd imagine it's only 2 to 3 minutes at maximum. So we need to do something, and soon. Speaking of which, here's Solomon playing a ball in behind for Patrick Bamford. Patrick Bamford's been given a free kick. Well, Millwall have been given a free kick against Patrick Bamford there. I'm not sure what it was for. Let me have a look at what happened here. So Solomon's come in there and then... Oh, no! No. No, I'm sorry, but you can't have a commentator saying Tanganga buys a free kick really, really well. No, he's cheating. He just cheated. Bamford was absolutely fine to run through there and square that across the box. And Tanganga has gone down like he's been shot by a sniper when Bamford touched him as hard as a butterfly would landing on you. And he's just gone down. Big bloke like Tanganga. What a joke. What a joke. That sort of stuff really frustrates me because as well as you can play as poorly or as well as you like in a game, when free kicks like that happen against you, you just go, what is the standard of refereeing in this division? It's so poor. Anyone can just fall on the floor and they'll get a free kick. Surprised that didn't get a free kick. But he knows Cooper's a diver. Are we going to suffer from not taking our chance? Yeah, of course we are. We always do. We rue the missed chances that we have. Here's Strauch. Firpo was tying his shoelaces there. He's up now. Now Solomon. Back again to Strauch. Look, we need to get the ball forward at this point. We've got a minute of regulation time. Yeah, he is. Here's Strauch. Now the ball into Bamford. Bamford's absolutely nutmegged someone there. He should have got himself a free kick, but the referee... I think everyone hates Bamford. He seems like a really nice bloke and everyone hates him. Don't know why. Referee won't give him anything. Here's Dan James. Dan James going past his man, trying to get the ball in the box there. And then eventually he's... I mean, come on, it was a foul, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Strauch. Firpo. Now Solomon. Solomon cutting inside now. Tries to play the ball into the feet of Bamford in the box, but the clearance only goes as far as Dan James on the right wing. Dan James with a crow! It was a shot actually in the end with his left foot. Just needed a little bit of a deflection. 4 minutes added on then to this one. We're like 10 seconds in and my timer says 5, but... I can see Lewis there. I can see LUFC Lewis. Peru heads that one towards Tanganga, who clears. On ball forward here from Millwall, and they might be in behind. Rodon does well to force Coburn out to the right wing. Coburn played for somebody else last season. Just trying to hold the ball in the corner here. God, that's frustrating. I think I'd lose my head in this situation if someone was holding it in the corner like that, and I'd just go through him. Send him into the corner flag. I think they're making another substitution here to waste time, you know. Firpo's got a throw in his own left-back position. The STD of refs in the Championship is consistently bad. I'm not sure that's an accusation that you can make, to be honest, IPW, that they've all got STDs, but each to their own. This player that's just come on for them looks like a young Jesse Marsh. And it's going to annoy me. Oh, come on, Tanaka. You just played it right into touch, and now they've got a throw in the... by our corner flag. So, look, I think it's going to be a 1-0 loss here at the Den. That's a handball from them. And now it's going to be a throw into Millwall. I hate this. I think you should get yellow carded for holding it in the corner. I think it shouldn't be part of football. But if we were doing it, I'd be saying, yeah, go on. But it's just a part of football, isn't it? It's very annoying. That's a foul throw-in, if ever I've seen one. Leeds have got a goal kick here. A minute and a half to go, plus whatever's added on for the time that the ball was out of play in the yeah, the time wasting and stuff. Here's Firpo. Forward now into Solomon. Down the left-hand side, looking for an option. Gets tackled. Throwing to Leeds, though. Oh. Was a Millwall fan trying to... Pretty sure a Millwall... Solomon was trying to get the ball there, but a Millwall fan was, like, dragging his head down over the advertising hoardings. Here's Piru. Now Strauch. Out wide here to Firpo. Firpo with a cross into the box. Brought down by Mateo Joseph. Into Piru now. Bamford on the edge. Dan James. Oh, Dan James has just played it straight out for a... Oh no, it's going to be a corner kick. Well, look. Mellier's coming up for it. Look, it's not good for our goal difference if Meslier comes up for this and they run down the other end and score. So, ball comes in. Meslier catches it. No, Meslier, you can't catch it. That's their box. Now, Meslier caught it because the referee blew his whistle for some pushing and shoving. So, Meslier is now going back to the front post. Come on, let's have an Allison moment. Ball comes in. Meslier flicks it on. Headed away. Dan James... What are you doing? He just slices it over the bar, and then a Millwall player just dives on the floor for no reason. You got to get yellow carded for that. You've got to get yellow carded for that. I think, you know what? I think Firpo might have actually headbutted him in the face there. I think Firpo might have just headbutted someone in the face, so I do think that he, if that gets looked at again, might get a 3-match ban. Depending on how bad it was. I didn't see how bad it actually was there. Well, that's the final whistle. Well, look, set piece, and we couldn't finish our dinner, and our chance taking was poor. I'm feeling it may kick off here, you know, from what Firpo just did. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Although Millwall players won't really want to get involved in it, will they? Because they've just won, so they've got their victory over us. They're one up on us. Look, I don't. The referee, the refereeing in this division is terrible. Like, it's really poor. But I don't really get the going to the referee after the game and going, oh no, this decision, because it's not. You can't go back in time. There's no VAR time machine. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to suck it up, basically. Preston Sunderland 0-0 though, which is not too bad. Obviously, if Sunderland win, they only move 1 point ahead of us. And I don't think they've got it. There's no Joe Bellingham, is there, for a game or two for them, so that's handy for us. Anyway, I'm not watching the end of this game, to be honest. I'm sick of football now, so I'm gonna turn this off. Right. Thanks everybody. Thanks 99.9% of people who have joined me tonight, because you've been great. Corners since last goal up to 37. We've lost 1-0. Very frustrating. I'll be live at the weekend for the QPR game, and then hopefully, because we might win that one, there'll be a match reaction. I'm not going to do one tonight just because it's late, and who really wants to watch that after that performance? Anyway, thanks for watching Leeds Lately, everybody, and I shall see you in the next one. Oh, of course, thanks to Mr. P for his super chat as well, and thanks to all of our Leeds Lately members who donate to the channel every month to keep us going. If you want to join, hit that join button down below. But if not, and you haven't already, just hit that big red button down below because that also really helps. Anyway, I'll see you in the QPR game.